If your zucchini plants are growing huge leaves, tons of flowers, but barely any fruit, or the fruit that does show up turns yellow and rots before it even gets big, you are not cursed. You are not doing everything wrong. But there is one habit, one very common habit, that is quietly wrecking your harvest right now, and almost nobody talks about it. Stick around, because by the end of this video you will know exactly what it is, and more importantly, how to fix it before your entire zucchini patch gives up on you. Hey everyone, welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the channel that helps you grow more without spending more. If you are new here, hi, I am so glad you found us. We are all about practical garden tips that actually work in real backyards, not just in perfect Pinterest photos. And if you have been here before, welcome back. You already know we like to keep things simple, honest, and useful. Today we are talking about zucchini, one of the most rewarding plants to grow, and also one of the most misunderstood. So many gardeners follow all the right advice and still end up staring at a plant that looks healthy but refuses to produce. There is a reason for that, and we are getting into it right now. Before we dig in, if gardening tips like this help you save money and grow better, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and it means more videos like this coming your way. Alright, let's get into it. The one habit that's secretly starving your zucchini. Here is the mistake. Overwatering the leaves and the base of the plant instead of the roots where it actually matters. I know that sounds strange, because everyone tells you zucchini needs a ton of water, and that part is true. But here is what nobody mentions. Zucchini has this huge canopy of leaves that shades the soil, tricking a lot of gardeners into thinking the plant is dry when it is not, or watering from above with a hose or sprinkler and soaking the leaves every single day. That habit does two things, and both of them quietly destroy your harvest. First, wet leaves sitting under the sun create the perfect environment for powdery mildew. That white dusty coating you have probably seen creeping across zucchini leaves later in the season. Once mildew sets in, the plant spends its energy trying to survive instead of producing fruit. Your zucchini is not lazy. It is fighting a war you cannot see. And once mildew takes hold, it spreads fast, moving from one leaf to the next within days, especially in warm humid weather. By the time most gardeners notice it, it has already covered half the plant. Second, watering from above instead of at the root zone actually trains the roots to stay shallow and lazy. They do not need to stretch down for moisture because water keeps showing up right at the surface. Shallow roots mean a weaker plant, less access to nutrients, and less energy to push out new fruit. So the plant looks lush and green on top, but underneath it is basically running on empty. Shallow roots also make the plant far more vulnerable during hot dry stretches, because there is no deep moisture reserve to pull from when the soil surface bakes in the sun. This is why so many gardeners get confused. They see a big healthy looking plant and assume something else is wrong. Bad soil. Bad seeds. Not enough sun. But the real issue has been happening every single time they picked up that hose. And honestly, this is one of those mistakes that gets passed down. New gardeners watch someone else water this way, assume it is correct, and repeat it without ever questioning it. Why this happens to even experienced gardeners? Here is the part that makes this mistake so sneaky. It is not because people are careless. It is because watering the whole plant feels thorough. It feels like you are doing a good job. Spraying water across the leaves looks satisfying, almost like giving the plant a shower on a hot day. It feels caring. But zucchini does not drink through its leaves. It drinks through its roots. Everything above the soil is just using energy, not absorbing water. So all that effort spent soaking the leaves is basically wasted, and worse, it is setting up the perfect conditions for disease and rot. Think of it like feeding a plant lunch by pouring soup on its shirt instead of into its mouth. It looks like something is happening, but the plant is not actually getting fed. There is also a timing trap that makes this worse. A lot of gardeners water in the evening because that is when they finally get home from work, or when the sun has cooled down and it feels more comfortable to be outside. It seems like the kinder time to water. But that comfort for you comes at a cost for your plant, because moisture left sitting on the leaves overnight has hours and hours to invite fungal problems before the sun ever gets a chance to dry things out. The fix: how to water zucchini the right way. So how do you fix this without overcomplicating your routine? It is actually simpler than what most people are already doing. Water at the base of the plant, right where the stem meets the soil, and do it slowly so the moisture has time to sink deep instead of running off the surface. If you have a watering can, tilt it low and let the water soak in around the root zone rather than splashing across the whole plant. If you use a hose, switch to a gentle stream aimed at the soil, not a sprinkler that mists everything from above. A simple trick that works well is the finger test. Push your finger about 2 inches into the soil near the base of the plant. If it feels dry at that depth, it is time to water. If it still feels cool and moist, hold off. This alone stops a huge number of gardeners from overwatering out of habit or fear. Morning is the best time to water, not evening. Watering early gives any splashed leaves time to dry out fully under the sun before nightfall. Watering in the evening leaves moisture sitting on the plant overnight, which is basically rolling out a welcome mat for mildew and fungal problems. If you want to take this even further without spending money, consider setting up a simple soaker hose or a bottle drip system. You can make one from an old plastic bottle with a few small holes poked near the bottom, buried halfway into the soil next to the plant. Fill it up and it slowly releases water straight to the roots over time. It costs almost nothing and does the watering work for you. And here is a small addition that makes a big difference. Mulch. A couple inches of straw or shredded leaves around the base of your zucchini keeps moisture locked in the soil longer, blocks weeds from competing for nutrients, and stops soil from splashing up onto the lower leaves when it rains. Less splashing means less disease. Less disease means more energy for your plant to actually make zucchini instead of defending itself. Mulch also keeps soil temperature more stable, which matters more than people realize, because roots under stress from heat swings often shut down fruit production entirely until conditions calm back down. Quick question for you before we move on. Have you been watering your zucchini from above without even realizing it? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and honestly this mistake is way more common than people think. And if this is already helping you see your garden differently, tap that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more gardeners who need it too. A second habit that makes this worse. Now, watering is the biggest piece of this puzzle, but there is a second habit that often teams up with it to quietly stall your harvest. Overcrowding. Zucchini plants get big. Like, really big. Some varieties spread 3 to 4 feet wide once they hit their stride. A lot of gardeners plant them close together thinking more plants means more zucchini, but overcrowded plants compete for the same water, the same nutrients, and the same sunlight. On top of that, tightly packed leaves trap moisture around the base even longer, feeding right back into that mildew problem we just talked about. Give each zucchini plant real space. About 3 feet in every direction is a solid rule of thumb for most backyard gardens. Yes, it looks like a lot of empty dirt when you first plant them. But that space fills in fast, and your plant will thank you with better airflow, healthier leaves, and more energy going straight into fruit production instead of survival mode. If your garden bed is already crowded and pulling plants out is not an option right now, try thinning out some of the largest, oldest leaves near the base instead. This opens up airflow without sacrificing the whole plant, and it directs more of the plant's energy toward the fruit rather than maintaining leaves that are mostly just shading each other out anyway. The pollination piece most people miss. There is one more piece to this that surprises a lot of gardeners, and it connects directly back to everything we just covered. Zucchini plants produce 2 different kinds of flowers, male and female, and both need to be healthy and open at the right time for pollination to happen. A stressed plant, one that is fighting mildew or running on shallow roots, often produces far fewer flowers overall, and sometimes the timing between male and female blooms gets thrown off completely. If you have ever noticed tiny zucchinis that start forming and then shrivel up and drop off before they get any bigger, that is usually a pollination failure, not a watering failure directly, but the two are connected. A weakened, stressed plant simply cannot support the flower production it needs. This is another reason fixing the root cause matters so much. Once your plant is watered properly and given enough space, it naturally produces more flowers, more consistently, which gives pollinators more chances to do their job. And if you want to help things along, you can even hand pollinate using a small paintbrush, gently transferring pollen from the center of a male flower to the center of a female flower, which you can identify by the tiny swollen bulb sitting right behind the petals. What healthy production actually looks like. Once you fix the watering habit and give your plants breathing room, you will start noticing changes within a couple weeks. Flowers that used to drop off without producing anything will start turning into small zucchinis instead. The leaves will look a little less overwhelming and a lot more manageable. And you will stop finding that soft yellow rot at the blossom end of your fruit, which by the way is often blamed on calcium issues, but is very frequently just a symptom of inconsistent, surface-level watering. This is the part that surprises people most. You are not adding extra work here. You are actually removing wasted effort. No more standing there every evening soaking the whole plant. No more guessing why your harvest is disappointing despite doing everything right. Just a small shift in where and when you water, plus a little breathing room between plants, and your zucchini finally gets the chance to do what it naturally wants to do, which is produce a ridiculous amount of fruit. You will also likely notice your plant simply looks stronger. Deeper green leaves, sturdier stems, and less of that droopy midday wilt that so many gardeners assume is just normal zucchini behavior in summer heat. Some wilting is expected under intense sun, but a plant with strong deep roots recovers by evening. A plant running on shallow surface roots often stays wilted far longer, another quiet signal that the roots are not being trained to grow where they need to. So here is the simple version. Water the roots, not the leaves. Water in the morning, not the evening. Give your plant space to breathe. Add a little mulch to help lock everything in. And keep an eye on those flowers, because healthy pollination is often the final piece of the puzzle once the roots are taken care of. That is genuinely it. That one shift in habit is often the difference between a zucchini plant that just sits there looking pretty, and one that keeps you buried in fresh zucchini all summer long. If this video helped you see your garden a little differently, subscribe to Earthly Gardening for more simple, budget-friendly tips that actually work. Drop a comment and tell me which mistake you are fixing first, and hit that like button before you go, it really does help this channel keep growing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.